Are you tired of the typical libraries with conventional music that makes you feel meh? Introducing Leerecs.com, the music website made for and by minds like you. Our team are lifelong musicians and producers in love with music. Search the Leerecs music catalogs and find music with guaranteed originality. Mark the difference with music of signature at Leerecs.com.
In the room has no address. Guess he lost his way and found a home in my chest. Feeding and finding his way into my head.
What an intro! I love it. It has continuous rhythm, really good groove, I would say. And this is Dr. Lincoln, and the song is Must. It's really good, and we have Lincoln with us to talk about this music. Hey, Lincoln, how's it going?
Hi, Antoine. I'm good. I'm doing good. How are you?
Awesome. This song is great. It's one of the main tracks from your last album. This is We'll See You Now. Is that right? Tell us a little bit. Introduce yourself. A little bit about your project.
Okay. So my name is Lincoln, and I come from the southern India. I used to be a doctor by profession, and then I quit, and I'm pursuing music full time now. And recently, in August of this year, I came out with. So this is my second album called "We'll See You Now," and this song "Must" is actually, it's a flagship song from that album. It's the title song from that album, and. I've been always passionate about music production. I used to moonlight as even during my college years, even as a practicing or a doctor. I used to find time to record and music, and finally I decided to take it up as my full-time job. So here we are, and this I mostly and most of my pain and all my struggles, I thought it would be good to express it in music. What better way rather than to write songs about how we feel. So there you go.
Well, you know what I tell you, this is what you did is very, very brave move. Like, going from being a physician, steady, substantial income, and I guess it's stressful and very hard, but like to give it up, to go for full force onto your passion. Wow. How was that decision?
Yeah.
How was that? Yeah. Tell us about that. The process.
So I loved music more than anything in the world. I've been meaning to make the switch for a long time. But then, I was kind of, there was family pressure. There was expectations from parents and from family that, you did something big, and then why do you want to do music? And, there's always that stigma, especially in a country like India. And, it took me a while to kind of convince myself that, I want to do this. And it's not that there was nothing wrong with practicing medicine, but my calling, it kept bothering me. Like, you have been dreaming for this for such a long time in your life, and you should do it. And I finally, I agreed with my gut instincts. I agreed with what I was feeling, and I just, I moved into music. That's how I took the fall, and I took the decision to finally, get into music
Amazing.
full time.
Yeah, congratulations on that. And
Thank you.
yeah, beautiful. So this album, right? I mean, this song,
Yep.
you look at, like you said, it's one
Yep.
of the flagships of the album. We'll See You Now. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. But this is not the first album, is it?
No, there was this album called Wallflower in 2016, and that was like it's there on somewhere on Spotify. If you hear it, you'll know like that. I was a beginner then. Like I was experimenting the ropes. I was learning to make professional recordings, and it was a 6-song, I could say, extended EP, maybe not a full length album though, but still. That was my first release, and it was a small one, like very underground. I didn't have much takers back then, and but then it kept bothering me. Like I need to go bolder. I need to make my production better. I need to write more songs. I need to put myself out there. So I kept that journey going. And that's how it ended up in the second record. Yeah.
Awesome. So let's
Okay,
go
cool.
back to I really like that idea that you were presenting. So the 10th song you were mentioning, it's kind of like
Yeah.
it's like a surprise, a special secret. So tell us about that.
Oh yeah, so the entire album is a concept album, and when you listen closely to the end of the album, that's the 10th song, which is a cover of it's a cover of another song which I've just like sampled it there. And if you it's got this very psychedelic ambient thing to it, and then in the end you can hear the sample of a hospital trolley being pushed, and then that whole thing loops back into the beginning of the first song, and you can hear the trolley again. And so that's how the entire album works. Like it mirrors a process where somebody is entering the doctor's office. Similar, it's like the Pink Floyd's The Wall, where like there is a whole concept inside of it.
That's
So
amazing.
like there's a person entering a doctor. Yeah, if you listen to the intro of the album, also it's interesting. Where there's somebody coming to a doctor's office looking for help. So there's a sample of a woman who's announcing like, why don't you have a seat? The doctor will see you now. And then the album opens into the first song.
Oh, nice.
So like the whole thing, yeah. And then each song is lyrically explores, everything that we have been through, like love and sadness and depression. And giving a overarching message that a positive overarching message that I've been through the same struggles that you have, and that one day we will see the light and we will be happy again.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's
a
what.
wonderful.
So that's the, yeah.
It's a wonderful message. I really, really like it. I love it.
Thank you.
Talking about possible influences, right? So tell me about your influences when you were and by the way, also, when or how did you decide that you wanted to make music? You're a songwriter,
Yep. Yep.
singer, and you produced this album, right? From what I can tell, what you told me.
Yep.
So, your influences and the moment that you said, okay, this is my calling. This is what I want to do.
So if I can pinpoint to one single influence, it will be no one other than John Mayer, the guitarist, musician par excellence. Because when I was in college in first year, I discovered his album Room for Squares, and I could. For the first time, I used to play guitar. I played guitar all my life. I had a band in school. I played in several bands when I was in college. I used to moonlight with so many musicians. But when I discovered this album, it changed my life. Like I heard a guitarist who was expressing himself through writing, and was passionate about being a writer. And he was using his guitar hooks to create beautiful songs and complement with melodies. And I would say like that's the primary influence for me to set out on this journey, John Mayer.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we'll thank him to bring
Yeah.
about.
And I have some new wave influences. I mean, prior to discovering his music, heavily influenced by the 80s, like Tears for Fears and the Smiths. I loved Johnny Marr's guitar work and mostly 80s musicians. But then Mayer's music just like switched the button on me, and I was like I can do this. So yeah.
Beautiful. So as I was saying, we'll thank them to bring about Dr. Lincoln, which I feel, beautiful taste. I mean, this song Mass is exquisite, beautiful.
Thank you. I can explain what exactly must means if you give me a minute.
Exactly. That's what I wanted you to talk about. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So must in the English, it is derived from an Persian, Indian Persian word called must, which means to be excited, like to be overwhelmed. But then in English, it is derived in a more biological sense as an elephant having a meltdown, an elephant going crazy, like because an elephant's, you must have heard of, elephants getting frustrated and then they destroy everything in sight. And so that the word is used to describe an elephant's state of aggression. And I use that word in the context where in my song, the human ego is the elephant. And the meaning of the song is, if you can't keep our ego in check, it results in must. We destroy everything. We destroy our family, our relationships. Yeah. And that's what the whole song Must is about. And that's why in the hook I say, don't stay inside of me, just go. Your must is killing me, So like you're telling the elephant, the ego inside of you to like go and, just to calm down and, don't let it. And I've been affected by, this massive ego over the years, and learning to let it go and to, to snap out of it and to try and be more understanding. And so I thought, what better way to express myself than write an actual song about it. And the metaphor I felt ideal would be an elephant in must. So yeah.
Well, very rarely I can tell you I get goosebumps, but wow.
Thank you, Antoine.
Wow. Beautiful. Okay. Dr. Lincoln, really standing out. Amazing. Yeah. Beautiful person behind. Yeah. All right. So look, thank you very much for your time. It's been, like I said, wonderful. And before we go, all right.
Thank you,
question.
Thank you so much, Antoine, for featuring me. It means the world.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, no, pleasure. And like I told you, I gave it up for a little bit. I'm really glad that I'm coming back at it with you, with such a person like you.
Thank you.
And before we go, I always like to ask, if you were to talk to your younger self, what advice would you give?
Trust yourself no matter what, and it definitely does get better. Sometimes life can be hard, but there's always a silver lining. There's always something good waiting for you. There's a big pot of gold waiting for you. You just have to wait out your struggles and the hard times that you're going through. Maybe it'll last a second, but then a lifetime of happiness actually awaits you. So yeah.
Awesome. Love it. Thank you, Lincoln. This was Dr. Lincoln. The song is Must. It's belonging to the album We'll See You Now. It's an concept album about a visit to a doctor from beginning to end. Beautiful, wonderful interview with Lincoln. Thank you so much. And we're going to you. And we're going to enjoy a little bit more of Mass. And until the next one.
Your must is killing me, Don't stand
rid of the typical libraries with conventional music that makes you feel meh. Introducing Leerecs.com, the music website made for and by minds like you. Our team are lifelong musicians and producers in love with music. Search the Leerecs music catalogs and find music with guaranteed originality. Mark the difference with music of signature at Leerecs.com.